There, and welcome to my kitchen. It is a beautiful afternoon here in Georgia, but it's been raining off and on throughout the day today, and we've had so much rain, and it's been warm and then it gets cold, so back and forth. So that just made me think about soup. I wanted some soup for this weekend because I know if I make a big pot of soup, we can have it for leftovers through the weekend. So I am going to make a creamy chicken potato soup. It is dairy-free, grain-free, gluten-free. There's actually even not a lot of prep time. Do y'all hear those birds? I have my windows up. Oh my goodness. I love spring. I love hearing the birds chirp. But anyway, back to the food. So there's not a lot of prep time with this soup. So you have celery and carrots that you'll have to chop along with onions, and so that's prep time, and then you'll have to boil the chicken and shred it, but that's really it. So, and you'll add in some spices. Not a lot of prep time at all. And then also I'm going to show you guys how to make a gluten and grain-free biscuit recipe, one of my favorite creations. It took me forever to get it right. My husband and I were talking last night, and he was like, "You finally got this biscuit recipe right." And I'm like, "I know, it's so good." It tastes as close to white flour Southern biscuits as you can get, and it's so delicious. So I'm going to just take you through some steps on how to make the soup and the biscuits. So let's get tossed in. Very first thing, carrots, onions, garlic, and celery. Sauteing those in avocado oil and ghee. Saute those until they are soft and tender and fragrant. Next up, add in 4 cups of chicken stock or broth, or you can use vegetable broth or stock as well. I'm using chicken bone broth that I had made from a whole chicken that we had roasted. Add in your thyme. 2 tablespoons of thyme. You can use fresh thyme. I just didn't have it, so this is what I'm using today. Add in the potatoes. Just don't make a mess. Add those in. You want to have probably about 1.5 cups of potatoes, and bring that to a boil. This is my coconut cashew cream, and it is delicious. Look at the consistency. This is going to go into my soup whenever at the end when I add cream. So it's 8 ounces of cashews and 8 ounces of coconut cream. And then I blend those together in a high-speed blender, and it is delicious. I think I might add it to my coffee as well. Doesn't it look yummy? Okay, I have added my coconut cashew cream to this, along with my shredded chicken. And now I'll let it boil for about 10 minutes, then I'll let it simmer for about 20. I am going to add in my salt and my pepper and wait for that to get finished. And I will now show you how to make my almond biscuit recipe that we will have alongside this. Next is my gluten-free, grain-free biscuit recipe. I call it my Southern biscuit recipe, but it's gluten grain-free. It's healthy. Here we go. Let's get started. Making gluten-free, grain-free Southern style biscuits, and right now I have put in 2.5 cups of almond flour and 1/4 cup of coconut flour, because the coconut flour helps to take in some of the moisture. So that's what I have added so far, and I am super excited about these. I'm going to add next, either you can add ghee, palm-shortening, or butter. Now I'm going to add in, I use butter because I use organic butter. It does not hurt our bellies, but you can use ghee or palm-shortening, and it works the same way if you have an allergy to butter or you just prefer not to use dairy. And then I just take a cheese grater and I just grate my butter in just like so, and I use 5 tablespoons of butter And then I just take it on out and bring it on in, just like that. I'm adding in 1 tablespoon of honey, about 2 tablespoons of full fat coconut milk. I added a dash of salt, and then I'll add 2 eggs. And you want to blend it all together. I take my parchment paper and sprinkle. You can do almond flour. This is arrowroot flour. You don't want to use coconut flour because it will soak up too much of the moisture. So you want to use something like arrowroot powder, or you can use a little almond flour as well if you wanted to do that. Put that all over the parchment paper. Okay, and then what I do is I have my hands floured so it doesn't stick to me, and then I just press it out. And just make it as thick as you want it. So if you want thicker biscuits, you want to make it a little thicker, I just press, and once you get it to the thickness that you want, I also got another piece of parchment paper here, so I could take the biscuits as I cut them out and put them on the parchment paper. So you'll take, this is just from a mason jar, and then I just right here, there, and cut it out. Just like so, and then I'll put it on the opposite parchment paper. Now you could just do drop biscuits, and that's fine too, and that's when you would just take a tablespoon and just drop them on your parchment paper. So super easy. This is a very easy recipe for grain-free biscuits. And now they're ready to go in the oven for cooking. So you want your oven set on 350 for 15 to 20 minutes. I have taken you through some of the steps. Just remember that I have included the recipe down at the bottom. I just wanted to go through some of the steps with you just so maybe it would make it easier whenever you're in your own kitchen making it. And also you can refer back to the video if you need to. But the recipe is at the bottom. Hopefully I explained it well, and it will be easy peasy. Just let me know if you have any questions at all. Just comment and I'll be glad to answer those. But it's gonna be great. So I hope that you make it this weekend, because I don't know where you live or what the weather's like there, but we're gonna have cooler weather, so it will be great for us this weekend. My family's wanting a pizza, so I have a grain-free, gluten-free pizza that a crust that I'm gonna make this weekend, and I will share that with you on another time. Now remember to click at the bottom, the little red subscribe button at the bottom, because that's very helpful to my channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.